Hi, ladies. I had been praying and pondering on some things to share with you that might bring some encouragement and promise for a new year. I actually wrote something for and gave it to Diane weeks ago, but I just thought I'd maybe turn it into a video and share it with you. So, promises are on my heart a lot this year. This year, on January 7th, I turned 40 years old, and just remembering God's faithfulness and keeping His promise. And in my personal quiet time, God's just been taking me through Deuteronomy when the Israelites had been wandering in the desert for 40 years and getting ready for the promised land. And 40 is such a significant number, and turning 40, I just have hopes and promises that God's going to take me to Israel. And just yesterday, my mom booked us a reservation on a trip. Lord willing, we're going to go the end of March. I'm really excited and looking forward to it, and praying all goes well. Anyways, tonight, just got home from Bible study on the How Much More study by Lisa Harper, and it was just incredible. This very night, she shared that she got to go to Israel, I believe 3 times. The first time she went to the Wailing Wall, made a prayer, stuck it in there, didn't remember what she prayed for. But then when she turned 40, she also went back to Israel, back to the Wailing Wall, prayed a prayer. This time she remembered what it was for, and she was praying this audacious, bold prayer for God to redeem her past of mishapped love life and this sense of shame that she had, and just to redeem it and bring her a family. And she stuck it in the wall, and then 19 years later she got to go back to Israel, back to that place with her adopted daughter Missy, and they placed another prayer on the wall, and this time it only consisted of 2 words, and it said thank you. And it was such a touching, impactful story, and it just encouraged me all the more that, like, okay, hopefully this is going to work out and I'm going to go to Israel. It's 40 years. This is significant. Anyways, in my quiet time, one verse in particular really stood out to me, and it's Deuteronomy 2, verse 7. It goes like this: For the Lord your God has blessed you in all the work of your hands. He knows you're going through this great wilderness. These 40 years, the Lord your God has been with you. You have lacked nothing. So, ladies, whatever wilderness we have gone through, the Lord has been with us, and we have lacked nothing. The Israelites' shoes didn't even wear out. Their clothes didn't wear out in 40 years. God provides. He takes care of us. He alone gives us the strength to get through day by day, moment by moment. In Israel, it can get so hot that they need God just to take the very next step. And this is the type of relationship that God intended for us to have. Just that trust, just to take that very next step. He desires that close intimacy and trust. What would that look like to trust God just for the very next step you took? Maybe you already do trust Him, or maybe He's asking you to trust Him more, or to step out in faith. The Lord has blessed the work of your hands, ladies. I can't tell you how touched and encouraged I am by getting to know each and every one of you and hearing your stories and your testimonies, the reasons why you have such a heart for the ministry here at Mama's House. You all are doing the Lord's work, patiently being His faithful hands and feet, and the Lord has blessed you in that. I know sometimes we don't always see the blessing or the promise, and I'm reminded how Sarah died before Isaac got married, and Moses got to see the promised land but wasn't allowed to enter in it. And the land that the Israelites would cultivate for farming would take nearly 30 years to be ready to farm. So they would often be doing all that work only for future generations to reap the benefits from this. So my prayer for you ladies is, for all that you do, is that even though you might not see the blessing of the work that the work of your hands is making is that you trust God. He is doing a mighty work through you, and the seeds that you are planting will come to harvest. It is an honor to be here with you and serve with you. God bless.